What's up, you guys? Welcome to Tool Talk. We would like to tell you that this Tool Talk is brought to you in part by General Tools and the new Tool Smart system. Check it out, you guys. They got really innovative stuff. We like to call it Simple Smart because it's just simple. You install the app, you click a button, connect, and the tool's working right away. We haven't had any problems with it, so we definitely like that. Click the link below or go on over to Tools in Action. On the right side, you'll see a General Tool ad, and you can click on that. And we appreciate when you guys support our sponsors because that's what brings the show to you guys, to all of us. They're not only supporting Tools in Action, but they're supporting you by keeping this content going every day. So today on Tool Talk is pretty much Milwaukee versus DeWALT. That's what we're going to call it.
Yep.
But we have some other brands we're going to also talk about in here. Why are we calling it Milwaukee versus DeWALT?
Because we actually just went to the Milwaukee event, and then we went to the DeWALT event, and we heard two different stories, two different things, saw a bunch of cool things. So we Periscope, Dan was crazy about Periscope. We did a lot of Instagram and a lot of other things on there, and then we saw, guys, all your feedback on it. Some people love the Milwaukee stuff, some people love the DeWALT stuff. So we figured, hey, let's do it in our Tool Talk. Let's do Milwaukee versus DeWALT.
And you guys, you can click below. I'll put the link to our Periscope. You can watch it on a desktop. You go there on the left-hand side. You scroll down. You'll see both the full Milwaukee event coverage and both the full DeWALT coverage. So basically, you know, which brand's better, Milwaukee or DeWALT? Neither. They're both exactly the same. They're both major mainstream tool brands. They both build quality products, and they both have qualities that are like, or not qualities, but products that are like,
yeah.
You know, they can't hit everything that is a home run. You know, it just depends on what you like. Some people are Milwaukee people, just like Chevy people, and some people are DeWALT people, just like Ford people. No matter what we say, there's always going to be that, you know, Milwaukee could release a piece of rubber dog crap and people are like, oh my god, that's the best thing ever, blah 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 blah, because it says Milwaukee. That's fine. Everybody's it's great to be happy with your brand. So, but we're just going to talk about some of the innovations that we saw. First, we'll talk about Milwaukee. What did you like about Milwaukee?
Milwaukee had a lot, as always, they always have a lot of different tools. The two things that really, well, there's a bunch of things that stood out to me. I love their OPE that they're getting into that. Their outdoor power equipment, they got some good things. 10-inch miter saw that's going to run off their M18 battery, which I thought was pretty cool. And then their one key, they're actually implementing that into their Sawzall, which I thought is very cool because you can now adjust the speeds for whatever material you're cutting. And when you get done with the cut, it pretty much stops. So you don't have to worry about taking your finger off the trigger and anything like that. So. And
one key's getting smarter, you guys. There's, you know, I know when it first came out, people were like, oh, what's this for? Same with the DeWALT Bluetooth. It's like, why do I need this? Blah, blah, blah. Probably 70% of you don't need it right now. But it's good to have that technology put into there. And, you know, the people that do need it are loving it. And, you know, like I said, if you don't need it now, it's going to be in the future. There's going to be additions to it. Things are going to be added to it. And like Eric was saying with the Sawzall, which was showing you right now, unfortunately our audio went out, but everybody's favorite Taylor is there, and I was going against Tool Pig. We had the same saw, the same blade, only mine was just a regular saw, and his was a Bluetooth optimized for cutting that conduit. And you can see just from putting in the material, how better of a cut it made, because it knows, you know, you don't need to go full speed or whatever. I don't know exactly how it does it, but they figured it out. They got scientists over there in white jackets that go through it.
I think they wear red jackets.
Red jackets. Fluid transfer pump from Milwaukee was very cool. Okay, I would have liked to see it do flammable liquids. Obviously, that could be quite a challenge, but I thought that was pretty cool for Milwaukee. And obviously, the miter saw. Everybody was waiting for the miter saw. Now, a lot of you have commented and said, you know, DeWALT came out with the miter saw too, which is better, you know, blah, blah, blah. It's going back and forth. You know, I'm partial to DeWALT. Eric's kind of partial to Milwaukee. Which saw did you like better?
I kind of like the DeWALT, but actually, not kind of. I do like the DeWALT better for a couple different reasons. Because what's that saw over there?
DWS 780.
It's identical to that, except that it's cordless. And if you want to, it's got an option where you can still plug it in. So that's my favorite.
And it's a 12-inch.
Yeah, 12-inch slider, everything, man. It's a great, great saw. It's got lots of power. And I just love the fact that it's cordless now. And, you know, but if you can do a lot of cuts, plug it into the wall.
Right, so you can work in the shop with it, corded. You know, it's going to be exactly the same as a corded miter. And then if you need to go out and make those job site cuts, you're going to take those two 60-volt batteries and go with that. Now, there's also another thing that's going on about voltages and everything, okay? Now, I'm going to be honest, I don't know too much about it. We're slowly learning about this voltage stuff, you guys. Eric says voltages and everything, but then again, I'm thinking, you know, the lower voltage stuff won't run certain things.
Yeah, guys, to me, again, this is confusing too. I agree with you. Because, yeah, exactly the same thing. It's like, okay, I love the fact with the Milwaukee that with their saw, I'm using the same battery platform, you
Right.
know. But now, if I want to get into the DeWALT one, I have to get that 60 volt. I know it comes with that when you buy it, you can buy it as a bare tool, but it's another separate battery platform.
But it's cross compatible. You could take it and work it with your old 20 volt tools. Not
True,
old,
good point. Very good
new
point.
20 volt tools. But what I think I'm trying to get at is, okay, if voltage isn't everything, you know, the DeWALT miter is 120 volts, right?
Yes,
and it runs a 12-inch blade.
Yes.
Well, why can't, if the voltage isn't everything, why can't the Milwaukee at 18 volts run a 12-inch blade? You know what I'm saying?
True,
if
yeah.
voltage isn't everything. Now, honestly, you guys are a lot smarter than us out there. You know, we're just guys that like to show off tools, talk about tools. We're pretty much the hosts, the presenters. We leave everything up to you. And I'm sure there is, you know, a lot more to it than voltage, but we're going to learn from Milwaukee, from DeWALT. We're going to sit down and we're going to try to explain to you guys the voltage, the differences and stuff like that. Because to be honest, I'm still in confused mode about that.
I am too. And guys, we actually had a chance to go out to the Milwaukee event and the DeWALT event. They explained everything to us, and we're still walking away confused. So I'm sure you guys are confused out there too. It is a lot.
Yeah, to me,
you know?
60 volt seems better than 20 volt.
I would think so. I would think so.
To me, it's more power. To me,
Yes.
to me. But then again, I don't know.
But I don't know if it's one of those things like we've always been brought up, okay, wow, you got 12 volts, you got 18 volt. 18 volts more powerful than 12 volt. Is that still the case where it's like that, or is there amps? And one thing I thought was cool about the new Flex Volt is that sometimes they run in series, sometimes the battery runs in parallel, depending upon the power. It's like a smart battery. It's very
But
cool.
I would rather get shocked with 18 volts than 60 volts.
Put it that
right?
way.
If you put it that way,
yes,
voltage is something, you know?
Exactly.
So, you know, are we saying that Milwaukee's subpar because they have an 18 volt platform? Not at all. They have tons of tools for that platform. Milwaukee makes the best reciprocating saw on the market. The Sawzall. Milwaukee's definitely quality. 5-year warranty. They make good stuff. You know, for years, Milwaukee has been coming out, just really jamming at all these media events. And like you said, DeWALT was the sleeping giant. But I think DeWALT really came out and flexed some muscle this year. It's like the joke they always say. I'm probably gonna mess it up.
Let's see.
But it's like there's a dad cow and a son cow, and they're standing at the top of the hill. And the son cow says, "Dad, let's run down and bang all those cows."
Messed it up.
No,
Almost.
I messed up. Let's run down and bang one of those cows. And the dad says, "No, son, let's walk down and bang all those cows." I mean, obviously, if DeWalt's watching, they're just like, "Oh my God, I can't believe this." But it's that kind of an analogy, you know.
Yeah.
Obviously, this is garage talk, you guys. We're job site talk. We talk like that. Obviously, we don't use the word bang. It's something else. But I mean, bang seems to be pretty safe.
What'd you like at the DeWALT event?
My favorite
Yeah.
was probably the miter saw.
Yeah.
And the table saw. I
They
really
got a
like the table saw.
And that's one thing I don't understand though, is if you have the miter saw that runs off the 60 volt and you can plug it in, couldn't you do that with the table saw?
I know.
Or no?
That's weird. Why didn't they do
There's
that? But the
something-
table saw only runs one 60 volt battery.
That's what I mean. Where the miter saw ran too, right?
Yeah, it's weird.
That's something I just see again. It goes back to the voltage.
Yeah. And then they had this cool thing, portable power station. You could put. Then here's another thing
This
that
thing is
confuses
awesome.
me though. Like he said, you could put 4 20-volt batteries on it, right?
Yeah.
What's 4 times 20?
4 times 20, 80.
So how does it put out 120 volts if you only got 4 80-volt batteries on there? You see what I'm saying?
I don't know.
Capacitor, something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question.
But you put these batteries on there, you guys, and you can power a circular saw, pretty much anything. This is like a silent generator. Excuse me.
Yeah.
And it's also a charger.
Yeah.
So that was cool from DeWalt.
That was a really cool thing. That was very unique that I haven't seen before.
I can't wait to get one of those. And DeWalt is really starting to ramp up their lighting too. I mean, it wasn't like Milwaukee, I still think Milwaukee owns the lighting market right now, just with all their different styles, and they really seem to focus on the tradesmen and really, you know, they got their niche market and they really build great lights. But I think that new Milwaukee or the new DeWalt light is pretty cool.
It's like a wobble, almost like a wobble light, but it doesn't fall down. It's not made for
but
that.
you can stack them on each
top.
other, and it's all Bluetooth controlled.
Yeah, so you can control and just say, I want to light up this part of the room. You can do it. You want to do a 360 light, you can do it. You want to light a corner, whatever. So I was very impressed with the DeWalt this year. I just thought they were lagging behind, but this year, man, I feel like they've really come out with a lot. They had a lot of different things that we haven't even talked about yet.
Yeah, I mean, we're not going to talk about it. You guys, you'll see the videos coming out. But they also have the Tool Connect, the Bluetooth connectivity has got it matured. So there's a lot more things you can do with Tool Connect right now. Unfortunately, when they was doing the Tool Connect thing, we were probably off eating.
We were. But yeah, that was one thing that I always had to knock against DeWalt too, because they had the Bluetooth, they were touting it. I'm like, okay, I never grasped the concept until now, until this event. I see, okay, Now I'm starting to see, like you said, grow and matures. So there's a lot you can do with that.
Right. They had a new radio coming out. A new
this radio.
drill saw.
Yeah.
That radio was cool.
This radio. Now, if you think the Tough System radio is
Wait, I want you to wait,
Yeah.
guys. Everybody knows Eric's favorite radio was the Bosch 360. What did you tell me today?
I love that DeWALT power,
Tough
System, man. It's a great radio, man.
Why?
I like the sound of it, the portability of it. I like that it's flat. Not that I use their Tough System cart, but you can put it on Tough System cart. Primarily, the reason I really like it, I'm not saying it's the perfect radio, but sound quality, I think it's the best one out there. I love it.
I love the bass.
Still don't like the way that the interface works. On the front.
Yeah, I don't like how you have to click a couple times to get to the
Yeah,
tuner.
that I'm not big on, but sound quality, it's awesome. And like Dan was saying, they got a new radio out. This new radio is supposed to blow away the Tough System in terms of sound quality.
I don't believe it.
I don't either.
I don't see subs on it.
But that's what they were touting. I don't get it either because that thing is nice. It's got the 6 tweeters up top, 2 basses down below, so it bounces off whatever it's sitting on.
And we'll put a link right now to our radio fight, you guys, where I say that the Tough System won, but who knows what he says. They all died in the end, but the Tough System was one of the toughest out there. Actually, the Milwaukee towards the end was pretty tough. I wish that we could have done that.
Yeah, it would have been cool to see that at the end. I mean, we ended up taking the Milwaukee, throwing it off the roof, throwing it down. We beat the heck out of that thing.
They probably filled it. We thought they filled it with foam, but they did
it was
it.
taking such a beating.
Then you guys, we went to a Home Depot event. We saw some cool stuff coming out from Home Depot. We're gonna have some videos on that as the stuff comes out. And we also went to Ingersoll Rand at the Tool Dealer Expo, and we saw a bunch of cool stuff. Sonex tools, and we talked with Ingersoll Rand product managers.
Yeah, exactly, which is very cool. And to back up a second, what did you take away from Home Depot?
I love Home Depot. Oh, Husky.
Yeah.
Husky's
Yeah.
really, really going to be a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, Husky is not going to be at all like what you guys think of Husky. Husky has taken a turn.
The new Pro ratchets and stuff
and
are
when you
really
see their
nice.
stuff, you're going to look at it and go, wow, this is night and day.
Yeah, they're my favorite toolboxes. I mean, obviously, Milwaukee's are my favorite right now, but they are probably pretty much made by the same company, I'm almost positive.
I got to say, I love the Milwaukee, but we saw the new Husky, and it's I don't want to say it's identical, but it's pretty close. But what I love about the Husky, it's deeper drawers. Granted, if you're in a shallow space or whatever, you
Was the
need
guy
the Milwaukee
standing
one.
in them? Was that there? I know one of it. Oh, no, that was Proto.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah.
But the Husky stuff is, it's huge.
Yeah, it was crazy. And that's another brand, Proto, we saw at Stanley Black & Decker.
Yeah.
I'm liking Proto a lot. I mean, obviously, I'd like to get that big mechanics tool set, but it was $30,000. I'm going to ask him. I'm going to try it.
Yeah.
Dude, I would love to have that set. Are you kidding me?
Who wouldn't? That's great, man.
Oh, my God.
I know.
They have some great tools. But,
Ask for 3, one for you, one for me, and one giveaway.
Can we have 90 grand worth of tools? You guys, pretty much Ingersoll Rand kind of blowing us away with that new Impact, the W5130, 5170, something like that. But it's basically they were talking about just even the LED process to make that LED light, how they did an aluminum PCB board.
That's the coolest light I've ever seen on a tool.
Yeah, it was the coolest light. I'm showing you a picture of it right now. We did a review of it. We got some out in the field with Pat. We're going to have a lot more coming up on that tool, you guys. Ingersoll Rand is definitely gearing towards the professional automotive market, and they're killing it.
Yeah, and they had this one thing. It was like a sander was hooked up to pneumatic, right? And you could take
the pinstripe remover.
Pinstripe remover. Yeah, and you could take off pinstripes, and it took them off. I mean,
yeah,
easily.
it's just this rubber wheel,
nice.
and it goes on their IQ 20 volt too.
Yeah.
So a lot of cool stuff from Ingersoll Rand. You guys are going to see that coming up. We took Pat at the body shop. He loves Ingersoll Rand. Yeah. So it's definitely pretty cool. We got some welding stuff coming up pretty soon. We're going to Portland. What else?
Man, I think you pretty much covered it all.
All right, so you guys, every Tool Talk now, at the end, we're going to have something called Winner's Circle, okay? So at Winner's Circle, we announce winners of the giveaways that we announced, and we might just throw in something extra for a giveaway there.
Yep.
So
we're going to start off. We got 2 cordless glue guns that we're going to give away, but unfortunately,
we didn't hit 400 comments yet. We're at 330 comments. Go over to the cordless glue gun, and then, comment why you're going to use that gun, and we're going to
Once
give it
we
away.
get up to 400, we'll give it away on the next Tool Talk.
Right.
Also, we're giving away a Milwaukee temperature gun. All you had to do was go over to Tools in Action, leave a comment on any of the articles or anything over there, and that's all you had to do. So the winner for that is Nicholas Farrell, Farrell. All you got to do is send us an email to social@toolsinaction. We need your full name, your full address, and put in there what you won. So that's all you got to do. We'll send that one out to you. Also, well, by the time this goes up, every month we've got a giveaway in our forum. Last month we gave away a Ryobi garage door opener. I don't know what we're doing this month. But you can go over to the Power Tool forum and find out what we're giving away this month. I don't know what it will be, but...
And right now I'm going to give a random. I'll just go into the comments on the latest video, and we're going to give away 10 of the new stickers. Show them the new stickers.
Oh, yeah. Guys, these are the stickers. Dan, we talked about this. Dan actually put them together and all this. I think these are very cool. Tools in Action Pro, notice, do not loan tools or equipment. And what's very cool is writable right down here. So you can write down here, you can stick it on your toolbox. Yeah, stick it on your toolbox, stick it on your forehead, stick it on your friend's car, whatever you want to.
We call them inventory stickers, and the winner of 10 of those is going to be Crimson KA. Crimson KA, he just commented. I'll show you guys right here. So we just picked him randomly. Do you see Crimson KA? That's you. Crimson, email us Social Tools in Action with your name and address, and you, my friend, are going to be the first person to get yourself some inventory stickers. TA, gear, all kinds of stuff. And we're going to have a contest too, where if you take pictures of stickers and send them in on stuck on things or wearing hats in certain places, whatever, on the job, we're going to give you something, more gear. Well, not everybody, but every month we're going to pick a winner for the gear. Mm-hmm. That's a cool idea.
Do you want them to email us that, or should we have something on the forum that they can post on the forum, or go ahead and email it to us?
Yeah, email it to us, Social Tools in Action. So if you got yourself a Tools in Action shirt and you're out somewhere working, have someone take a picture of you in it, send it over. You got a hat, send it over. Buy more gear. And that's about it.
Yeah.
Tools in Action. Check it out. Hashtag TIA Crew, you guys.
Remember, for more exciting tool action, go to toolsinaction.com.